There we go. We're back. Part 3.
It's part 3. We're back.
Oh man, I bought the Massey.
Yeah, I see that from afar. That looks pretty neat.
That thing is, this is like, I would never have categorized this as a big harvester, but on this map, it is fills the streets.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think this will go into there, but it might. So I got soybeans. No, I guess you're going to have to.
I gotta dump this off first, right?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Oh, milk.
Oh,
that was a commercial back in the day. Thank you very much, milk.
I do vaguely recall that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
There's, for whatever reason, there's some commercials that will never leave my brain. I think aliens will come down to Earth and discover my brain, and a commercial will pop up in there. I don't know why.
That's how we'll infect the aliens through
TV commercials
in our brains.
And there's other things that I don't remember at all. Weird, but true.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay not to remember stuff. Apparently, they did a study, as they always do, and it's okay to forget things. It's okay. That's a normal process in your brain. Is just doing that. It'll bring in new stuff, and it'll forget some stuff, but it will come back to you. It's just a process your brain does, apparently.
Well, I've heard. I'm sure you have heard stories, and I've heard stories of people that claim to remember every moment of every day of their life.
Yeah.
And you could ask them, "Oh, what did you do in July 2nd of 1986?" And they'll tell you exactly what they did from the time they woke up to the time they went to bed. And apparently, it's torturous.
There was a woman on YouTube. She's filming, and the film was on YouTube, I should say. And she could remember everything. And that's exactly what she said. It's torturous for her. It's like she remembers everything that everybody forgot, So when a moment comes around and like people are talking and so on like this, and she'll bring up, oh yes, that time, blah 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 blah, and she'd be right into the moment of and thinking of the memory, and everyone would look at her with a blank stare, like, I don't know what you're talking about, and she gets that a lot, where she can't really participate in a normal conversation. Because she remembers things that are meaningful to her, and she likes to express it, but no one else remembers that anymore.
Yeah. I can see that part. Yeah. For me, I would imagine that your brain is just so full of like useless, meaningless stuff, and I think that's.
Yeah, I think as she learned to ignore that, and just she brings up what she brings up. She can remember and bring it up. It really doesn't clog her brain in a way. I guess the way she described it. Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's because I have a good memory for some things, and like other things, like I say, it's.
Yeah.
And I don't. Yeah, it's just. But I think you're. You say it's like they memory. That's how the brain kind of works. It doesn't. You don't remember every little thing because it's not. You don't have to.
Exactly. It is not necessary to remember everything. I remember a good deal of events that happened to me or what I've read or what happened on TVs and different things as I was growing up and years go by. Of course, everybody's songs are very memorable. You know, it's easy to remember a song or to come back to you quickly. Like even the tune of it, maybe not the words, but the tune and the flow of it, or you catch a jingle, you're going to know exactly where that came from. Sometimes, most times.
Yeah, and I think, well, when it comes to TV commercials, especially, it's one of those things that. Whoop,
I know you're someplace close.
I'm trying to get these few here. I know Rob is watching this. It's like you left a stalk of corn over there. You got to get it.
Really?
He's always so like that.
Oh, I watch people try to pick every piece of hay off the field, and I know from haying you don't do that. You are going to miss the corners, and you're going to miss not a little strip here or a little something there. It's just you rarely go back for it
because it's not. I mean, it's not worth it.
No, not at all. No, but in the
it's
game,
just hay.
It's worth it in a way because it really costs you nothing to turn that tractor around and go over the ground and back again. You don't have any really wear and tear in a way,
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
And that's why, for me, this is a game, and it always will be a game. And there's nothing. But there are some people that like they'll be mad at you if you don't do something because it's not real or something like that. It's like it's just a game. It's
I never experienced that, but I seen other people experience it. Actually through a live stream. It wasn't just some other dude from before. And people are actually like, you're not doing it. You're not playing it real. And the guy came back and said, yeah, I'm not playing it real. There's a lot of things that are not real in this game. It's a simulation. Please. He said, let's enjoy the game. And the guy did bug off on him, and didn't harass him about it. But I couldn't believe how mad the guy got about it right off the bat. Well, you're not doing it right. It's like, oh my God. So what? Who cares how he does it? It's its game. Let him play. You're watching it for your entertainment. I always figure that's what's happening. I'm there for someone's entertainment, right? And I'm going to entertain. And if they know how I play, so if they know how I play and they click on it, they're going to expect that type of gameplay from me, eh?
Exactly.
And they're going to be entertained, and they know. And if they don't really care for that type of play, well, they're going to watch somebody else, and that's completely fine. But there's no need to trash the guy you don't care watching, Just because I never got into Three's Company doesn't mean like I hate,
Come on, knock on your door.
Yeah. Knock on your door. We'll be waiting for you. Three's Company.
That's right.
I do remember the song. There's only one TV in the house, and it's on loud, and then, shows on.
Oh, Mr. Furley, how I miss you.
Oh, yes.
And his loud out in his suits that he used to. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, the typical landlord,
Anyways, yeah. No, and you're right. And that's how I kind of if I watch a video on YouTube and I don't like it, I don't watch it, and I go watch something else.
Exactly. I don't make a fuss about it. It's like flipping through the TV station, right? You're only going to stop them where you like to stop. You're not going, and you don't make comments about the TV show you didn't watch,
Yeah, and I don't even put a thumbs like a dislike. I won't even dislike it.
No, I don't. I don't like doing that
I,
stuff.
I, I, I don't. If I don't like it, I don't watch it. And
Yeah, just don't watch it. Yeah.
yeah, because somebody likes it and
Yeah,
somebody's
exactly.
watching
You can
it.
see. Yeah. And someone's
And
watching.
it's not. And if it's not offensive, like I mean, if it's offensive or if it's something I think is wrong, which I don't
Hmm.
think will ever be on anything on YouTube that I will really feel that way about it, that then perhaps I would give it a thumbs down.
Hmm.
But yeah, but anyways, that's how I feel. I mean, I would never do do
There's
that on
some,
a video.
there's,
I'd say
I suppose there's a variety of subjects that I'm not interested on YouTube, and, and and it's nothing that I don't like. It's more or less I don't have an interest in that, right?
sure,
And you just don't watch it. That's simply
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's like for let's just say for an example, is like anybody who knows me. I love animals, and I'm not into killing and butchering them anymore. I don't live on a farm. I don't do that stuff anymore, and I'm not going to watch a video about it. That simple as that. you know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I mean, I know I eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian. I know what
Hmm.
happens when they kill an animal to
Me too. Yeah, I eat
for
meat as
food.
well, and I know, but I just I don't find that an entertainment value for me.
No, no,
You
it's
know.
not. It's educational. I mean,
Yes, it can be.
if you want to know how our where our food comes from, or what the process is, yeah, that's that's the educational portion of it. To watch it for pleasure or to get a kick out of it, no,
Hmm.
no. And
Yeah.
I don't hunt either. I don't hunt animals. I don't go deer hunting. I know there's friends of mine that used to go moose hunting and like
Hmm.
that. I never have. I don't. I I I don't take any pleasure. I mean, I don't have. I don't know what it. And not. It's not that people who hunt have this bloodlust or whatever. I don't. Maybe some of them do. I don't know. But I don't have that enjoyment. I
I
guess a
can
part of it,
compare
or
when I was a kid. Yes, some kids had that. I'm far away from you. Had that kind of a bloodlust kind of thing as they grew up, no kind of thing. But they did a bit. I seen it. They just wanted to kill everything.
yeah,
As I grew up, I hunted partridge. That was the limit of my killing
sure.
partridge, and I didn't find it as a sport. I ate and cooked them.
Hmm.
I definitely enjoy that. In fact, prefer the spruce partridge to the birch partridge. The birch is white meat. The spruce is dark, but has more of a wild taste to it.
Hmm.
But just add some pepper and garlic, and you're fine. And it just tastes like chicken,
Pretty well. It's
which it is.
poultry,
It's a
right?
chicken.
It's
Yeah, it's chicken. But that's the limit. I wasn't interested in killing deer or any bunny rabbits or anything because when I was young, I used to raise bunny rabbits and we raised and milked cows, and yes, we killed a steer every year. But I wasn't interested in seeing that look on a deer. When you kill something that you have cared for and stuff like that, and deer are cute, fun looking, and named Bambi. So yeah, I just couldn't do that. It's not me.
yeah. My and this is just my personal opinion, and I don't. I'm not trying
I'll come to you if you stay
to
right there.
rag on hunters or anything, but it's like, yeah, you kill it and you eat it. Okay, that's good. I've eaten deer meat. It's fine. I don't. I don't have anything in particular, but I don't need to go hunt to survive. I can go buy my meat at the store. I don't have to go kill something so I can survive.
Exactly. It's
So
very easy. I mean, much cheaper too. People say, "Oh, the price of meat, the price of that." You go out and buy your gun, buy your 4x4 and wheeler and whatever you need to go and get your meat out of the forest. Spend the time and money to do it. Uh, you're going to pay a lot more for that meat,
yeah,
you know, than you would for just dropping down to the store and picking it up. And your quality of meat, unless you're actually raising your own beef and hand feeding them everything you want to go in their body, even deer, you don't know what they're eating now. You know, people put feed out for deer and stuff like that, and you could, shoot these deer that they've been hand fed all the time.
yeah. I mean, they're definitely not. I mean, it's wild meat. So I mean, yeah, I don't see, and I don't. Uh, I hesitate
Well,
to even
these
say
hunters
anything
around
really.
here, I wouldn't say all hunters, but the hunters I seen because I go on walks in the forest and stuff, and I go down trails and stuff that are a little wider. They're not right closed in. I don't go crashing through the woods anymore. And what they do, they just pour the feed in the middle of the trail, and they're up the,
Yeah,
road there a bit, and they're blind, and that's it. That's their hunting. That's hunting for them.
yeah. They
I
wait
don't
for
think
it to
that's
come in.
hunting. That's not hunting.
Do you want to drive
I
the?
did that with the cows when we went to kill the cows. What?
Do you want to go harvest for a bit?
Sure, thanks. When we had to get the cows, we drop the feed on the floor and then we shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
When they've been down. So that's no different. That's not hunting. That's harvesting, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Butchering.
Yeah. See, I like fishing. That's my thing.
Yeah,
And I I don't typically keep them. I throw them back, and
yeah.
I just enjoy catching them. And some people would say that's cruel, I would imagine.
I guess for the fish, it does feel a level of pain, or discomfort, being yanked out of the water by your mouth and whatever. But, as a species, we are human. We have accepted that that's just a means to an end that's okay. And it is. And even me, I like the animals, but I'm okay with, people catching fish and eating it. Like, it's okay.
Well, and that's just the thing for me. I don't particularly like fish all that much. At least the ones I catch, and I just like I get enjoyment out of catching them. But I don't torture them or whatever. I throw them back right away. We use barbless hooks here in Manitoba, so
Yeah, they do that here as well, you know?
I mean it's I have caught fish that have died because of the injuries sustained by the they got swallow the hook, or it
Mm-hmm.
gets in their gills and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's why I'm
I thought I'd better give you a
it's
push. He's
it's it's
underpowered for a full
it's
wagon.
it's struggling a little bit. Yeah, he's struggling a little.
There you go.
that's
You're
that's
up the
that's
hill now.
that's we're good. We're good. Oh, did I go the right way? No,
Oh,
I have to go
just a
over
little
here.
off there to the left.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, I guess we're getting a little serious with our philosophical musings here. But
Uh-huh.
anyways,
Yeah, I don't think I can dump this off in our silo, the little tiny bit I got in the harvester
no,
at
I'll
355, because I don't think I'll fit
no,
through the
definitely not.
front way.
The
Oh, I can.
bison wouldn't even fit in here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I'm almost done. I'm just going to dump it. I'll come back. I've
All
got
right.
lots of corn.
Yeah. Good little jag of corn there. Took half the map. Got her.
It's, joking with CBD or CBW there in the
Yeah.
stream there with his corn. It's like, what? All that corn there. You have a still out back maybe? Make your own moonshine.
No kidding. Yeah.
Uh, some corn
But so
mash. Yeah,
much.
like so.
Did he happen to mention the acreage he did?
I think he did. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
It's. I mean, from what he says, it's not a big farm, but I mean, it's from big compared to that's all subjective, right? So
Mm-hmm.
a big farm in Canada is, or a small farm in Canada would be like a quite a large farm in, say, the UK or like
Oh yeah.
Europe or something like that. So,
Yeah. Definitely.
oh, that
That's
was
it.
it.
That's all I got.
That's it. What else we got here? Growth. What's in? Oh, I think we're.
We're okay on this side. On the other side, I'm not sure. There's if there's a wheat thing there or a soybean thing. Uh,
18 is. I think that's, yeah, I think we're pretty much done for harvesting. We kind of cleaned it out.
okay, right on. Yeah, growth there. That's what I gotta look at. Nothing is yellow. Well, 18 is.
I think it's a soybean or something. Or what is it?
Okay,
I'm not sure.
let me look. It's yellowish. Like sunflowers, maybe. I clicked that
Oh,
button. Nope.
sunflowers.
It went away on me. Let's try the other one called wheat.
Uh, well, it could be
It's
sunflowers.
wheat.
It looks, was it wheat?
Or maybe it's.
Uh,
Click wheat.
it looks kind of sunflower-y.
Yeah, it's sunflowers.
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
let's
I
go
can harvest
do
that with
that.
this guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Crockett. My big kitty Crockett, he's staring at me now. So that means. Crockett, what does that mean? It's dark. It's not bedtime yet. Is it Crockett? I can fit. Yeah.
It's getting, oh, it's dark out by your way.
Oh, yeah, it's dark. He probably wants me to turn the lights on. Because the only light on right now is the TV. Hmm.
Yeah, it's going to get that kind of darkness. The winter darkness is going to set in soon.
Oh, yeah, and they don't flip the time around until November.
November
Right
7th,
here.
I believe, is the.
Yeah. Fall back time.
And then it'll be dark until
Nothing
like
clouds.
noon nearly.
Yeah. Like, we get dark here. Well, it was worse in Alberta, like northern Alberta. Wow, there's a. Where am I going? Oh, there you are. It got dark pretty early when that time change happened up in Grand Prairie.
Oh yeah,
Dark
yeah. You're quite. That's
2:30,
a
3
fair
o'clock
bit
in the
north, isn't it?
afternoon. Yeah, it is, yeah. And you get dark pretty darn early up there. Anyway,
Um,
here it's around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon there, around the winter time there.
yeah.
Oh my god, Crockett. That's really sharp claws here, bud. I'm
Um,
recording Crockett. Yeah. Crockett don't care. They're all, like, they're really, really tame and they like me a lot, they can tell they're very nice. But when they want something, the wild kitty part in them comes out, you know,
hmm
and claws and teeth and stuff come, and they want crap. And Crockett's the worst for that. He He really likes to. He can bite into you, and he's got long fangs. He's got a big male head cat. He's got big fangs, and he'll sink right into you. He'll draw blood. You'll need a band-aid for it to stop the bleeding.
Ouch. Yeah.
If he claws you, you got arteries spurting up everywhere. Bigger band-aids.
I had a cat for about 20 years.
Oh.
And yeah, he passed on a few years ago.
Huh.
Got on in age there, and was time.
Yeah, they live a long time, longer than the dog.
But he was the typical cat in the sense that he did not like water.
Okay.
And anything to do with water. And
jump up then.
There was one time I tried to give him a bath, and I think I still have some scars. And
yeah, I don't. I won't give him a bath like that. I'll come to you.
Okay. And I think my sister said, "I'll give him." I said, "You don't want to give him." I'll give him. Oh man, she came out of that bathroom crying her eyes out, bawling like a child. It's just, it just tore her up. He did not like it. He was the nicest cat. Like, I mean, never ever did anything. But you get him in water, he wanted to get out of there. He would do anything to get out of that.
He'd kill you.
He would kill anything and anyone to get out of there. The wild, like, yeah, he would just turn into this little demon. It was like a black, long-haired black.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, his brother from the litter was a tabby, short-haired tabby, if you can believe that.
Oh, yeah.
So Mama must have been a little frisky. When you get a long-haired Persian type and a short-haired orange and white. Oh, where am I going? Out of the same litter. So
listen to this. I'm gonna for everybody.
Got the motor running there.
Yeah, I had to lift him up because he was clawing at my leg to come up. He won't jump anymore. He's not jumping.
Yeah.
He reaches up, puts his claws in it, and then drags himself up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that'll really hurt.
That's
the way he gets up on my bed too. He doesn't want to be lifted. You can't touch him for that.
Oh, really? Doesn't like being carried.
No, and I can touch his head area, and around his upper chest there, next to his neck. He likes that, all right. But that's the extent of your hand where it can go. Or other than that, he's going to bite or claw you. Yeah. So there's no brushing him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He'll come on to you. Hey. Big guy. I've got to sit here patting you, and then I'm not working. I have to check the time because he's up here for a reason usually. What time does that mean? It's 6:45. Yeah, it's time. Yeah, the lights had to be on, so that's probably why he's been bugging me. He got the cord wrapped around him.
Oh,
give me that cord. It's around one of his legs there. Can't get it.
The cord from the microphone.
Microphone.
Of course.
Yeah. So where are you hanging out, Looney?
I picked up a little bigger tracker.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the other one, she's cute and everything, but you can't put real big stuff on it, or else
it's not like we even have any really really big stuff here, but I got the medium sized Massey here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do you want to?
We should get rid of the star too, because we don't need that star now because we got the medium-sized Massey.
Oh, I don't even. Oh, I forgot you picked up a Stara.
Oh yeah, we don't need that guy.
It doesn't matter. So I guess
Got a
we.
nice red selection here, I see.
It is, yeah.
It turned out to be a Massey map.
That's fine.
We're the special guest of Loony Show. The next guest will get all John Deere or something.
Oh, who knows, right? It doesn't. It may be you next. Who knows if there's no there's no takers? I don't mind. Or we could have both. You and someone else. There's enough room for 6 of us. Well, 6 of us on this map might be a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit interesting,
much, but there's a good place right there.
Where did I guess.
I'm parking this guy's house.
I'll. Excuse me, I'm just going to park my harvester. That header folds up,
Oh, it does. You know what? I've used these other headers and they don't fold, and for corn and stuff. So I assumed the all didn't.
Mm-hmm. This seems to handle this cultivator a little bit better than that.
It's Massey. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's just a bit small for this cultivator. Whoops. We're going to unless you want to do some cultivating, and I can
each other a multiplayer all the time.
Oh yeah, if you're in cab, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh these. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I was trudging along at about 6 miles an hour, and that the one you're in right now. So.
No.
With this cultivator,
now you're at 15 now, eh?
Something like that, 10 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they call 15.
I've lived in Canada all my life.
Uh-huh.
And the metric system was a thing. When I was still quite young in school, it's just like you. Well, I mean, you're a little bit older than me, so by a few years. But it changed. I mean, it was a Canada-wide thing, so it all changed at the same time.
Yeah.
But I still think in feet and inches and gallons. The liter thing is starting to. It's kind of interchangeable, but miles per hour, and I mean, we've been forced to use kilometers for speed. Well, for what, 45 years now or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Or 50 years now. I mean, it's been a thing, but it's still kind of hardwired, for whatever reason, hardwired into my brain. But
when I lived out west, it was like I went back in time. It's like everybody was using feet and miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the range roads and the setup for everything is all geared toward miles,
Oh, the fields were
they're all
set in miles, right? It's all and acres and miles, and you got the mile road, and you can count how many miles you go by counting the mile roads, and it's everything's squared off in old imperial measurements. Now, now there's the interesting bit. I don't know if everybody remembers this, but the imperial measurements we used here before we changed to metric were based on the British system of measurement, right? And you would know this, of course, which is different than the U.S. So an imperial gallon is about 5 liters. In if you're doing comparison, and a U.S. gallon is about 3.73 or 75, something like that. Much smaller. So that's that's that there's another kind of a difference to which
Yeah.
so obviously all of Europe and Britain has switched over to metric too. They've been like that for.
Oh yeah, they have. Yeah. And it's a much simpler measurement for everybody by tens, eh?
It is.
Everything
It's
by 10,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a much
It was just a
more.
matter of getting used to a different system. Uh, you know, that, something new. It's always different for everybody.
Yeah, it's just for some reason if you say if my recognition of a measurement or on an amount
Uh-huh.
is much quicker if you say, hey, it's about 10 feet away. It's like, okay, I know that. But if you say it's
3 meters.
3 meters, it's like, okay, I have to think about it for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Or if it's like 10 miles away, it's like, okay, but if it's like, okay, well, I know that's, yeah. But
16
it's like
kilometers. Yeah.
60, yes, right? I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I guess it's that same thing
Yeah,
there
it's just,
with yeah, like my measurements, like 2 inches. I know exactly what 2 inches is, but
uh-huh.
it's that's gonna do the conversion. I don't know what I mean. Now you tell me it's in millimeters. I think it's 48 millimeters, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only reason now I'll tell you something kind of not that I want to talk take over the anyways.
No, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
I I worked in the automotive repair industry, and
Mm-hmm.
so paint. My background is automotive refinish paint, car painting, and
Yeah.
it's still mostly all the measurements to do with those products are in or a lot of it is still American
Okay, and
measurements.
the quarts and the pints and stuff like that.
Quarts, pints, inches.
Yeah.
So we got tape. Tape is you got 3/4 inch tape, you got inch and a half tape, you got 1 inch tape, you got 2 inch tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's the standard measurements for tape as long as they've been making tape, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what we. Well, I want a box of 2 inch tape. Okay. No one says I want a box of 48 millimeter tape, but that's what it
No.
is.
Yeah.
I want a box of inch and a half. That's 38 point something. So but that's why I know
Yeah.
because on the description of the tape it's like 2 inch or 40, 40. What did they say? 48, 43 something.
48
Yeah,
millimeter.
48.
Yeah.
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 So
Okay, this is interesting. I was just looking at my modeling tape. I use for masking tape. It's made by
hmm
Testers, which is from Japan. But there are in both inches and millimeters. They got them written down. Yeah. I
yes.
didn't look at the standard tape that I just buy in the store for masking the bigger parts, but they don't have them listed. But they're in various lengths. I believe there's just in inches. That's when I refer to tape myself. I refer to inches. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, it's funny, and it's like you said. It's we haven't had inches here, and it is kind of interesting though because we carry a line of products from Belgium, as it happens,
Yeah.
and that's all strictly metric. There is no
Yeah.
reference to a standard measurement on any of their products. It's all strictly metric,
Hmm.
and it actually it is a little bit of a it's not a huge issue, but it's a little bit of an issue because they're they will have tape, but it's not sized as the equivalent to a 3/4 inch. They have it
Oh,
as something close to it, but
okay.
it's an even number, or
Mm-hmm.
it's not a decimal number, right? It's not 6.25. It's either 6 or 7, or there's no
Yeah.
half.
So they made their
So
own size.
well,
Yeah.
it's I'm guessing it's the European sizing.
Yeah. The European standards. Yeah.
So
What
I
they would
think
refer
quarter
to.
inch, yeah.
Yeah.
So a quarter inch, they have a quarter inch fine line tape, but it's not quite a quarter inch. It's a metric size, which is
Mm-hmm.
slightly bigger, I think, or slightly smaller actually,
Yeah.
because
And
it's in.
anybody who use any kind of tools, wrenches and so on, the metric and the standard, they're close in size, but they're off just a bit. You know, it's
They're
just a little
yeah, the
better.
13.5 inch are
Yeah.
nearly identical.
Mm-hmm. It's just a touch off. That's it. But they
They're
are a
yeah,
touch.
it is used. They are interchangeable, but that's about the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have to have both
Yeah. Yeah. You have
because
to.
I do, and I have several sets of each. But yeah, it's not as much of a thing as it used to be.
No.
A lot less. Well, it used to be vehicles, right? So you get an older vehicle. Well, this got standard,
Oh
and
yeah. It's
now
metric.
or
Yeah.
this one's newer, so it's got
Japanese would have metric and
metric.
stuff, or European ones.
Yep. And yeah, I mean anything North American made after I say 1980-ish
Mm-hmm.
is going to be metric for the most part. There it's kind of weird. It was like the transition happened a lot slower in the automotive industry because of, I guess, I mean, just to change over all that stuff would be,
Yeah, it is a massive undertaking. We take almost every nut and bolt, screw, and whatever has to be changed.
yeah. And if you think
Not
of,
just the speedometer reading,
no,
as people
that's
thought
right.
back then. Oh, their speedometer reading has to change. Big deal. But everything changed when they redesigned the car. And instead of gallons, they're looking at liters now, and that comes to be a factor now, eh? Yeah, how many liters would it hold the competition? Yeah, different things changed. And it
Yeah.
takes time for
And
change.
it's, well, and if you look at, I mean, if you know anything about the automotive industry, the, like say General Motors,
Mm-hmm.
they don't make every part of the car themselves.
No.
They there's a lot of companies that supply parts to them
Mm-hmm.
to that they put in their cars. So when you change something like to from going from standard to metric,
Yeah,
all these other manufacturers have to go through that changeover as well, and that so yeah,
exactly.
it's
The
not
people
just
that,
one
that
company.
make,
Yeah,
the rubber, the belts, the hoses, the electrical, and every other thing, must change as well.
yep. So I mean
Big
they'll
processes,
the
like, when they want to make a new car, it takes a lot of money and a lot of time to make a car from the ground up.
Oh yeah, and they have to do it every so, and they just have this thing that they have to come up with a new model every few years, otherwise they're just, and it's like, oh man,
But yeah, they're mostly skin overs. The technical insides have changed somewhat, but most of it's skin over. Uh,
Yeah, I
Back in the
mean,
day, in '86, when Ford came out with the Taurus and the Sable, they spent, I believe, at that time, over $1 billion to get that thing out to the showrooms. And that car or that platform, that design is still there in every car we see today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right. With the basic, but it's
Aerodynamic and the way the wheels where they're positioned and the whole a kind of a cab forward design, like you're more very, you could view things much
mm,
easier. And you sat in that car, it was very comfortable in your seating and stuff. I had a '92. I loved it. I went from a '80s Monte Carlo to two-door guys to that, and I took one test drive and I was like, wow, that's impressive, and I bought it.
mm,
It's like, yeah, that changed the way I drove right there in '92. I was like, yeah, this Ford Taurus. Like I tried the Lumina, the
oh,
Z34,
yeah. No, I don't. I
sports
didn't
car
like
type
those.
one. No, and when I went into the Ford dealership and bought the Taurus there, like, oh my God, that handled. That was awesome. Even though it was four-door, it handled great. It had great power, I had the 3.8 liter V6 in that one,
Mm,
not the 3 liter
mm-hmm,
one, but very comfortable, nice, big, comfortable, cushy seats, and everything you want in a car.
yeah. My beef with the car industry is that they do change it too often. They change models, and then every new model they come out with has all sorts of problems
Yeah.
that they have to sort through. And it's like if you would have just stuck with with the one you had, yeah,
Hmm.
you can make a few changes, but like perfect that one. Like work on it, make that one better so that you're not making something totally new now, like an engine. They'll come, oh, new engines. Like, oh no, don't get that.
Hmm.
Wait about 5 years till they get all the bugs out of it and come out with all
Yeah.
the fixes for it because it's it's just
Yeah,
like
that's right.
buying a new video game, right? Brand new, right off the thing, first day out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a 5 hour update to it already because there's a bunch of stuff they got to fix on it. It's like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. It happens. That's exactly what happens, and it happens with a lot of new stuff when they go groundbreaking, and when they gotta come out with something. It does have its pains, and if you don't want to be a part of the test experiment, it's best to avoid that. That's for sure. Yeah.
my
I gotta tell you something
my
about. Oh, go
oh
ahead. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say my kind of not philosophy or anything, but it's like if you're looking for a vehicle, look. And you're looking, it's like, oh, well, what model is it? Is this near the end of its model run? Or is it like the
Yeah.
first year of the model? It's like, okay, well, if you had a choice, I'd want the model of the last year of production for that model because by that
Exactly.
time they'd have figured out, oh, we changed this and this because there was a problem with this, and now, they whatever stuff like that. That's
Yeah. And that's exactly my line of thinking was there is I bought a Kia Rio 5 back in 2014.
mhm.
They remodeled it that shape a couple years before that, and it's still in that shape now. Like they haven't, other than updating and changing and refining the car, it's still the same car right now in 2021.
Yep.
I think that's great because that's all I wanted was a cheap little car to run around with and to load my lawnmower in the back and mountain bike and stuff, and it does
Mm-hmm.
that.
Cool.
So I think it's
Yeah.
great. But although I know there's a great car sitting there, it's the same car, and there's no incentive for me to buy a new one, really.
Well, and that's the rub for the car manufacturers, right?
Yeah,
They want you to buy a new car every 2 or 3 years.
yeah.
They don't
But
want to build something that'll
they'll
last,
give a trade in.
50 years.
Well, I don't know. This Kia, I got 126,000 kilometers, and it's not a lot for after 7.5 years now. But it's a very rust-prone area we live in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have at the time I bought it, they had this little electronic device that repels the rust. It's guaranteed for 10 years, rust through
Okay.
holes.
Yeah.
And I'm going, sure, okay, let's put that to the test. So in 7 years, I never washed my car. And over the third brake light, there's starting to be a little bit of a bubble. Other than that, there's nothing on that car that's rusting.
Huh.
I replaced the front headlight. It was under warranty. It just, blew out, and it blew out again, and it blew out again. And then I'm going, hey, there's a real problem here. And they're going, yeah, you're right. We'll replace that. So they did under free warranty. Other than that, there was no problem with that car yet.
Cool.
It was just regular maintenance, and you put your tires on when they wear out or whatever. But that was it. Yeah. Good little Kia.
I think a lot of
me a half a dozen times they get another one.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want another one. I
Yeah.
like my car.
I want this one, the one I have right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they're only give me, a few thousand for the car.
They
now. It's
won't
not
give you
worth a
anything.
lot even. And it's worth a lot more to me. It's worth the price of a new car to me because it does the same thing a new car does.
I haven't bought a new car. The last new car I ever bought was a 1991 Chevy Beretta.
Oh, yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, it was the GT.
Nice interior. Yeah.
Yeah, the Beretta GT with the 3.1 V6, the 5-speed. I worked at a GM dealer at the time, so it was a very expensive job to have actually, because you see all these new cars like every day.
Yeah.
Every day you're working, and you see brand new cars rolling in, and it was just.
At least you were a little older than me, though. I was 19 and working at Checkpoint GMC. I was the car washer.
Yeah, that's.
And I bought an 83 J2000 5-speed with a nice cloth brown interior, beige exterior.
Yep. My buddy had a.
Worked my ass off to afford that.
Yeah.
But I had one of them nicer cars.
My buddy had a Pontiac 2000, probably about the same year with the same interior. It was brown, and
although it was a cassette player, I thought it was a great stereo system. The Delco Boss, they were very, very good stereos.
What I really miss, though, and I still miss it, before that one, like I say, when I say it was an expensive job to have, before that I had a full-size Chevy Blazer, 1989 Chevy Blazer. The last year of the square.
Oh yeah.
The square style Blazer.
Yeah.
Like so, the Blazers, the trucks went to the newer style before the
in 87.
Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Blazer hung on for a couple more years in the 1-ton 2, I think.
Yeah,
for a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I ordered that one from the factory, same with the Beretta, but the Blazer, I sat down with the sales guy and we went through the book, and I ordered just about every. The only option I didn't get on it was power mirrors, because because the power mirrors for that year, the option for power mirrors was kind of like a plastic, kind of a dinky little plastic mirror on the
Oh,
side, and it was like, oh, those, I don't like those. I want the
yeah,
truck mirrors on it, right?
yeah.
The big chrome truck mirrors. So that's what I got. But everything, I got every other option on it, and it was black with a blue
Wow.
interior.
Yeah.
And I loved that truck. That was. I still miss it. I wish I still have it, but it was expensive. Oh man,
Yeah.
my payments were $600 a month back in 1989.
Wowzers, that is large. That is large payment.
And never mind,
Wow.
back in 1989,
Uh-huh.
I was spending $50 a week on gas.
Ooh, that's a lot of money, folks. Back then, that's a ton of money. Jeez. Yeah,
It
not
it
me.
it had I'll never forget this. The tank was massive on that thing. It had a 117-liter tank,
Wow.
which is what, like 50 gallons or something like that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's close to 45 gallons tank on
Yeah.
that thing. It was, yeah. Oh man, but did that thing like automatic locking hubs, 4-wheel drive, 350 throttle
Mm-hmm.
body injection,
Oh, you were cruising.
the trailer
You
package.
the ultimate SUV of the day, actually. That last year in
Yeah,
'89 for them. Yeah.
it was a two-door though. Like so the Suburban was a
Yeah.
four-door, right? But this was
Yeah.
the two-door. But power rear window. It had anti-lock, but only the rear anti-lock. The front
Yeah.
didn't have anti-lock, which was a little bit. What they did that for stability, I guess, but it wouldn't, if you had it in 4-wheel drive, it was disabled, which was just kind of
Oh, really? It did that, eh?
a bit of an,
Disabled it.
yeah, but I guess, yeah,
Oh.
because in 4-wheel drive, they were all, like, it was like it was like a traditional 4-wheel drive. It was all locked up, right? So,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
anyways, yeah, that was, yeah, my, my, my favorite vehicle I've ever owned. And
Yeah.
I ordered it
Oh,
with the biggest tires, biggest aluminum rims available from the factory. It was just like it was.
yeah.
Uh, but anyways, yeah, that thing was a beast.